tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads from over 200 countries and your number one source in after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
It's too late.
The buzz is beginning. AFTERBUZZ TV here for the Big Brother After Show. Where's my music?
Where's my music?
Oh, no music?
Right. We didn't even get any intro music.
What up, everybody? I'm your host, Ryan Hooks. We're here for Big Brother. Joining me to my left, Francisco Thurston.
Hey, everybody.
Roxy Striar.
Hello.
You guys are looking good. Good to see you.
Oh, thanks.
Hey.
I'll take those compliments.
Anytime.
Yes, any
So, we have some guests today, too.
I guess.
I mean, some amazing folk in here. Host, Bite Size TV, Reality Relapse, Mr. Ryan Allen Carrillo.
Hey everybody, can you even hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Former
Are you
AFTERBUZZ
Can you turn
TV
this up?
host.
I don't know, I feel like it's off now or weird.
No, you're good.
I don't hear myself. Oh,
I
that's
can hear
better.
you.
There we go. Hi everybody, I'm back.
There's no snare in my headphones.
There's no snare in your headphones. To his left, to my right, underwear model, athlete, brother of Cody, Polly Calafiore.
What's up? What's up?
Hey, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. So what
you
did you
guys
think
for
this week, Polly, with watching your brother and all that's going to go down? Because he was close to being out.
Yeah, I was sweating a little bit.
I was sweating a little bit, too.
I wouldn't have been here tonight.
It has
If
to
he
be
was
hard. With Rachel when Alyssa went on the show, she said it was harder to watch because it's like you can't do anything. You just want to be like, hey, bro, wake up.
Yeah, you really can't. There's been a lot of things that have been going on where I've just wanted to be like, well, I wish you knew what was actually going on.
What do you think of all his nudity on the show? I'm sorry, I'm taking over.
That's normal.
That's normal.
I don't. That doesn't shock me at all.
I
mean,
figured.
we have a very
Nude family.
Open nude family.
At least he's
family.
not. At least he's not being blindsided like all these other players completely are, though. I mean, I'm sure there are times you do want to step in, but it's not like he's one of those people who is about to go home every single week.
Right.
Yeah, this is his first time on the block.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. Because one thing that we talked about previously on the show was the potential that Cody wouldn't win. And because he wouldn't win, he's too nice. And he's not the type of guy that's going to backdoor somebody before somebody backdoors him. What do you think about that thought?
Aside from all the backdoor puns that are hilarious.
Hey, hashtag that, please.
Hashtag backdoor pun.
Hashtag backdoor pun. I think he is very nice, and I think that can be a fault of his. Just not just in the house, but out of the house. But I think that it's getting down to such little people that he knows that it's gonna have to come time to like make a big move.
He's got to have to make moves.
Like
soon.
he can't just sit there and like we told him once it got to a certain point, like down to a certain amount of people, you can't be like that social butterfly, which he has been this whole time. We were like, work on your social game when you go in there. Just let people love you, and then once it dwindles down, you have to get cutthroat.
But once all the ladies are getting voted out, now what's he gonna do?
Yeah, now he's done.
Hey,
he's done.
yo, Frankie will get right in there too.
Frankie
Goes from guy to guy to
Frankie
guy.
needs a new cuddle buddy.
God, if I could just.
He has
be Frankie.
Caleb. He doesn't need
Yeah,
Cody.
he has Caleb.
I would say about Cody though that he is he's playing a great social game.
I agree.
Everyone loves him in the house, but he hasn't made any like power moves. So like as fans of
Right.
the show, it's a little frustrating at him a little bit. But also just like when it comes safe, he does make final two. He's giving his list of what he's done in the house. It's not a very big list of accomplishments, but he needs to really. I don't want to give stuff away, but this next couple weeks, he has to really, really do some big moves to stand out.
Well, I think now's the time that people are going to have to make moves because there's not enough people left that they can go with it without making those moves.
To be honest with you,
Of course.
Andy sort of played this some game too, where he was really laying low for a really, really long time, and then just had to pull it together at the end.
But that's why it's somebody like Victoria that, in my opinion, could never win this game because she's not going to make those moves. She doesn't have the numbers behind her. She doesn't have the power.
I
But
would
these
love if
other
Victoria
players-
won, though.
No, you would. You would.
We would all stop watching.
Let me.
I don't
let
know
me,
if
let me
anybody would love- I
make
would not
you
love that.
be
Yeah.
on my
Okay,
same team.
please.
Here we go. Ready?
Open-minded.
Okay. During every competition she's doing, even tonight, speaking in tongues. Imagine this woman wins
Master
$500,000, we're gonna see a prayer. This is gonna be taken up to heaven. It's gonna be like the
Talking about
leftovers.
Jocasta?
Jocasta. That's what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
I thought
Who
you
are
were
you talking about?
No, I'm talking
No,
about
Victoria.
Victoria.
Oh, I'm drunk. Sorry.
No, I'm talking
was
about
talking-
winning the whole game, not about coming back into that. Winning the entire game. If somebody like Victoria won the game, I think we would all just stop watching the
We'll
show.
just kill ourselves.
I'm not
Worst
even-
winner
yeah.
ever.
Honestly, I'm not trying to be mean to this girl. You poor thing. I'm so sorry that I'm completely hating on you right now, but
Zing.
yeah,
allowed
but
to.
zing.
You're allowed
like,
to.
Oh, girl, wake up, do something. You know, being that girl you drag along. So these other players, they might not have made the big moves, but they're respected. They're winning games. They're doing something.
Well, I'd
They're
say
not
with
sitting
her
around.
and Nicole that they both win the award for the most annoying voice of all time, right?
It's like super
It's bad.
awesome and like
Guys,
super cool.
What I tell you about making fun of other people's
why do you
voices?
hate me?
Don't do it.
If you were in your brother's
Sensitive.
position, if you were in your brother's position though, like, and he had to make a big move, what would you do in the game? Like, you know, you have to make a big move because you're getting down to final two. Who are you gonna take out?
Right. I mean, I think this week is definitely huge with winning a competition. I think he needs to win this week.
Spoiler alert. Hello.
He said, I think he needs to
I
win
said I
this
think
week.
he
Oh,
needs to
sorry.
win this week.
Just giving it out there for people know. Spoiler. Go ahead. Continue.
Okay.
Anyway, you spoiled
I would
nothing.
100% go after Frankie. And I actually would go after Donnie only because Donnie is on to everybody's game.
Okay, but
Yeah.
here's what I'm worried about. So he's very much aligned with Derek right now, who
Very
I
much.
think is awesome.
That's
I love him.
for
and
sure his best thing because Derek's
Right.
It's his
obviously the
game to
favorite.
lose.
And I love those two together, but I'm worried that if they go to the final two together, that Derek
Derek
will
will
have
win.
the vote.
He'll
so
win,
it's
for
like,
sure.
At
He's
what
winning
point
for
does
sure.
he have to turn
will.
on Derek?
If I were him, and I know Cody's a loyal guy, and I know it's going to be tough for him to do, I would make the move either at the final four or final three. I would feel him out. I think just from watching some of the live feed stuff, Derek has, with everything that went on this past week, kind of thrown Cody under the bus a little bit to like Donnie.
And people are catching on to Derek's game too.
Yes.
Like, this week more than anything, Derek has popped up on people's radar.
Well, there's not enough people left in the house for him
Right.
to, say, Victoria, it's me and you, or turn to whoever and say that. So
Well, eventually these people are going to talk to each other. Come on, people. Exchange stories. I mean, Derek has clearly been running the house for a long time.
For
Damn
weeks.
right.
And his conversations with people were very risky, in my opinion, for such an early play in the game. So, hello, people. Start talking.
Yeah, they're like not talking to each other at
at
all.
all.
He's getting away with this,
And he's the
no
only
one's
one that's talking. He's calling people out in front of everyone else. He did that with Zach.
that was genius.
And that was,
by
yeah,
the
he
way.
called him out in front of, but no one else is doing that to him.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you think it's because people are scared of him, or they just don't want to get on his bad side because they know he's running things? I guess that'd be one and the same.
I don't think they think he's running.
They don't think
I don't
he-
think
yeah.
they caught
They look
on to
past
that.
him.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
just think that he's just like a really cool guy. He's conning all of them.
I think Team America needs to go away because I think
I'm
that
over that.
I
Oh,
think that
really?
a lot of moves that wanted to be done, specifically on Cody's part, with wanting to get Frankie out at a certain point and Donnie out at a certain point, Derek was able to
Maneuver.
push him,
Maneuver
push
that.
him away from it and suggest something else.
And
I-
go ahead.
No. I really wish that Cody aligned himself with Hayden and brought him in and brought Nicole and Donnie in to Derek, and they could have went after.
Well, now Nicole's back, so
Anything could
possible.
happen.
I don't know if that's gonna happen.
As we know, everything changes in this game every 2 hours.
It
does.
It's literally crazy.
There's nothing else to
Crazy.
do but go crazy.
Right.
Well, and with the Team America thing, I think they were hoping for more out of it with more of an alliance for the people that were involved. And there hasn't really been any loyalty other than they're working together on these missions.
Well, I'm curious though. Do they still get to be Team America if one of them goes home?
I
Do
think
they
so,
still
because
get the
remember,
$5,000?
They
Joe-
replaced them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Joey was
Yeah,
the
but
first
Joey was
Team
the
America.
only one, so it didn't really affect anybody else,
Yeah.
But now at this point, if they were to send Donnie home, would the other two keep collecting $5,000 for missions
Probably.
they completed, or would they get a third member of Team America?
We'll have to see.
They might get a third member.
Did you guys ever even talk about how did these people get picked for Team America? It
was America's vote.
Joey really got picked? Really?
It was a little,
I liked her in the
wanted-
beginning.
Yeah,
I
I
want to
did
see
too.
the
So-
receipts.
Well, when the first couple weeks of the show, we had Bunky from season 2 come in, and he was talking about with CBS and some of the things they do, that they like people on the show and they want to give them things. So this is a way for them to give money to people that they like. And it's like, oh yeah, you're Team America. So I wonder if there was really votes, or if it was just CBS picking people that they liked and thought the
there's no
fans would
way.
like.
Right. The
No.
thing is that the games are so regulated by lawyers and everything else because there's prize money. Because if something like that was really happening,
Right.
say you don't win, you're like, I'm going to sue CBS.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
This is crazy. Like even like on Amazing Race or on my show, there was literally lawyers following us around to make sure everyone was fair, timed, and legit. So
Absolutely.
It's the exact same thing.
Yeah, so it's a way
important.
for them to
No
give
way.
money.
There's just no way, even that time where I think it was somebody slipped off the block and something, and they came back and they reviewed the tapes and they
Cody.
went
It
back.
was
and,
Cody.
No, it was Cody. Yeah. Like they're really on this because they don't want anybody messing with them. So I think that
Yeah.
it really was America's vote, but I always thought it was kind of surprising too. And just this show with women in general, it's so hard to watch women on the show.
Can you get a women's alliance that
Every
works?
year,
Man,
every
Do you wanna-
year.
It's really upsetting for my sex, man.
Okay, it's really hard to watch gay men on
For
this
your
show
actual
too.
sex
over
or
the
It's
years.
painful every year. It's
And
like
on Amazing Race and on Survivor, they literally cast like these queenie gay guys. This very rarely is there like a sort of like masculine gay guy or like say a bear, like God forbid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
big burly
let's just
gay?
switch it up. It doesn't. Every season doesn't have to be this queenie gay guy running around with glitter.
Why do you
Andy
think they
and
do that?
Frankie.
Because it's just, I think their formula that they just work. Like, look at every show. There's like a black guy.
It's stereotypes.
an angry
They have
black
the
girl.
extreme
Right,
stereotypes.
they do like the crazy stereotypes, put them all together, and that's just what works.
So that way people can associate, because like, oh yeah, that's clearly the gay person, that's clearly the black person. This, it's.
I give props though to CBS though, because the Zanky showmance is the most like.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, first it's like the first of its kind on television, but
I
it's
love
just
it.
it's like been like very very like refreshing how open they are about it.
So
They're
is
not
that
hiding.
gay?
Huh?
He's bisexual.
He
Is
said
that
he's
gay?
bi on the live
He
feeds.
said it.
He says he's
Yeah.
made out with
But
guys.
if he is, then why isn't he hooking up with Frankie? I
Don't want that stuff on
understand.
tape. I wouldn't
well,
do
it's
that.
also very hard to have
Don't
sex
want that
in a
on
big
tape?
We don't want
house.
everything on tape.
So do you think
guess.
that,
National
that after
television
they
tape.
cast him and they saw this stuff happening with him, that they told him to tone it down so that he wasn't the second gay character on the show?
Absolutely not. No, I know for a fact the producers love the showmance. Like they want.
It's for sure been the
talk-
showmance.
Look how much they talked about it. She brought it up over and
exit
over
interview?
again.
Oh my
was-
god,
I think
Julie
she was
wouldn't
trying.
stop about
Don't
it.
you feel like Julie was sort of pushing him to start to
to
say?
admit
She wanted him to come out.
Come out of the closet.
She literally wanted him to say,
Yes,
"I'm actually in love with him, and I'm waiting till he gets off so I can propose." That's
I will
like
say
what
this
she was
too.
pushing
They
for.
almost cast a second gay character on the show this season, and he hadn't come out of the closet yet, and they wanted him to come out on the show, but something happened
gosh.
where it just sort of fell through.
That's
but-
a little.
That's a big
intense.
move to do on TV.
Wait, did they say that to him? Like, hold off on coming out because you got to do it on air.
No, but that's just what the producers.
tell your
When I was doing interviews, that's
Just
what
wait.
the producers told us.
They'll be fine.
All right,
Come out of the
so
house.
let's talk about this week's episodes.
Brian, why don't you come out on this show? It'd sort of be the same thing.
Oh my god.
Listen, just because you and I have a showmance doesn't mean I'm going to come out on the air.
Oh my god.
We have a
but-
showmance.
But what would your guys' name be? It would just be Ryan.
Ryan squared.
Oh, Ryan Square.
Aw.
We're cubed.
Oh, that is cute.
Yeah.
Okay, I can
cute.
do it.
All right, so last week Nicole got voted out.
That happened.
That
Dang it.
happened. Team America's mission last week was also to hide an item and start a neighborhood watch, or hide multiple items and basically hide it all.
But do you guys remember when we had the option between that and something else? What was the something else we had the option?
It was it to keep a person up for 24 hours
No.
Yeah, it was.
I, don't,
think it was.
and mess with their game?
I
Oh, and
wasn't
mess
paying
with somebody's
attention.
game.
That was
We had the Team America. We got to vote, and one of them was the neighborhood watch, and the other one was to keep somebody up for 24 hours and make
think
them
so.
like go delirious and mess with their game.
I think so.
Okay.
I hate Team America. I'm just not into it.
I love
Yeah.
Team America.
I think it's funny, but I don't like how it's messing with the game so much.
Yeah, because
yeah.
I think the money thing is definitely what caused Derek to sway Cody.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, that's
And,
$5,000. Yeah.
I mean,
Who would
I would
turn
do-
down
I would do the same
5,000?
thing. I'd be like, you know what? Yeah, why? Let's not vote them out because I want to still complete missions and win money.
Do you guys think?
Oh wait, no,
that,
the Team America thing was to convince someone to go up as a pawn and vote them out.
was that this week?
Was it this week? or
I
last?
don't
think
know.
the previous
But
week.
Do
One
you
of the
guys
two.
think that Zach would have gone home had it not been for Team America's task this week?
Yeah.
Because it was a huge part of it.
That he became
I think
sort
it
of a
was
target.
convenient for them. I think he was going to go home no matter
Anyway,
what.
this
I
is a good
also think
excuse.
that the producers also thought with this whole Team America thing that they actually were going to have the cast was going to find out about it because some of the things were so obvious. Like try to convince this person, and they would exchange stories and be like, "Wait, you're up to something."
Yeah,
here."
but
and
no.
so many times because some of these challenges they've had to do have been kind of risky.
Yeah.
and like
Well, and they didn't do a couple of them because they were too risky.
right.
Because Donnie
Was
kind
right.
of wussed
Smart
out, man.
But it was smart for his
Come
game.
on,
though.
Don.
I mean,
Smart.
They kind
Oh,
of
don't
got a little
talk
sense of
about
it this
Donnie
week.
like
They
that.
said there was a
Kidding me?
saboteur, so they kind of got a little bit in there, like something's happening.
but
right?
was it
No.
Was it the producers? Was it someone in the house? You know, who was
I love
the
how
person?
the whole cast got so into it. I mean, your brother and everything.
Cowboy hat.
Yeah,
They
they were
were-
so into it.
I love that scene where all four of them were in the
literally,
diary
what'd you
room.
say?
What else do they
Yeah,
do
I was
in
gonna
here,
say,
you know?
there's nothing
It's
else
like,
to do.
Literally, if somebody turned over to me and was like, "Do you want to put on a play? Like, let's rehearse it. Let's do." I'd be like, "Okay,
Let's write it."
Yeah, let's write
That's
it."
literally what they do when you watch the Showtime, because they tell them, "Hey, we're going to be live on Showtime. You have to be interesting. They want
Yeah.
those hours to be interesting." Not Showtime; it's on TV Guide now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
The
so
After
they
Dark.
do like plays, they do choreography, they do all this like ridiculous.
Do whatever
stuff.
the hell you want,
Yeah.
because what other choice do you have? You know,
Nothing.
you're not going to just sit there. So somebody's like, "We're
Stuck.
starting a neighborhood watch." I'm like, "And I'm the president."
Right.
And I will
And
be
we're
up
meeting
all
every
night.
week.
No, I love that part though on Wednesday when they're all four in the diary room and they're like, yeah, and they're all cowboy hats and
Yeah,
he
it
had
was
like the
cute.
pink scarf on and
It was
it
cute.
was a cute little
And then
moment.
they blame Zach. And then
Poor Zach. Poor Zach.
Like,
You can see him just defeated. He's like, but I didn't do it.
yeah, so I felt
I was
awful.
For once, he didn't do it.
I
I
felt
was hoping
awful.
he was going to come back.
I was kind of
Me
hoping he
too.
was
Because it
gonna
would have
come
been.
back, too.
He's great television.
But after Nicole left, I was like, "Ooh, I really hope she comes back."
Me
But
too.
then after this week, I really
Zach's
wish-
a great character.
Yeah, him coming back would have flipped the whole house around.
He would have went in there and caused some shit.
He
That's
for sure. If there's all stars, they will for sure ask him back.
They'll have him
he
come
is
back for
that
sure.
person to come back.
And we talked to too before that we liked him as a potential winner because he's not afraid to do things to get his hands dirty. He's not afraid to be outlandish and say crazy things and also
I
shake
don't
the
know.
house up.
As a winner, I'm not sure because I kind of think, like, I really do love him, but I kind of think he's a jackass.
He
so I
kind of
don't
is. He's a
really
frat
want to see
boy.
him. You know, I
That's
don't
why
want to
we
go.
love him.
I don't
Yeah,
want to go
that's-
to like my
I love
old
people being
college
mean to
frat
me.
house and hand them a check for $500,000. I just don't really feel like giving my money to that. But you know, he could have gone further.
I just sort of look at it. This is like just a big Monopoly game, so it doesn't matter. I don't think anyone deserves it more than another. If he's a frat jerk guy, whatever douchebag as I called him, Zach. Let him win.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
If he deserves
Doesn't matter.
it.
If he deserves to win, he makes it to the end, and
That's
everyone
true.
votes for him. He's
No, that's a
played
good
it.
point.
He played it.
And he
accurate.
was the most, because, you know, the show has parts where it gets into lulls a little bit where stuff is pretty predictable. And he was like
Last
the
2 weeks.
unpredictability factor that everyone loved.
Very
Because he
true.
was the reason worth watching the show the last couple weeks when it kind of slowed up a little bit.
I did the pre-interviews before they went into the house, so I got to meet him. And I literally, when he walked out of the interview, I looked at Rachel and I was like, he's going home week 1 because he is so aggressive and aggro. But then he came back in for another 20 minutes and just sat and chatted with us because they didn't want the cast to run into each other. He was totally cool. He just like had this like crazy burst of energy front, and then he would just like be like a normal person.
yeah.
So he's crazy basically.
It's a little crazy.
Basically, he's crazy.
All right. So,
Shocked.
like
I'm
Zach.
so
With
shocked
the,
by
uh,
that.
Yes, but I can't wait to kiss him at the finale. Just saying.
oh, hey. Toss your hair back.
Perfect.
All right. So, with the HOHs, this is the last dual HOH this
Very
week.
aggressive.
And
Thank gosh.
thank gosh
I'm
it's
so
over. Dual
glad.
HOH is
Yes.
gone.
Yes.
Derek and Frankie won. I wore this shirt today because this is my Skittles color for if I was put on the block.
You're
Wait,
orange.
is that
I
the
thought-
color that you would have picked, or is that your favorite Skittles color?
I would have just been orange. I don't know.
I
just-
thought it was because you were doing Orange is the New Black before this.
no.
That's confusing.
Nope.
Oh.
So,
Not your best.
what did you think of that strategy?
Sorry, I'm
where they
working
were
on it. I'm working on it.
not your best, yeah. What did you guys think of that strategy though this week, where they were trying to keep their alliance together and get someone to nominate? They're basically volunteer, and nobody would, so they basically picked Skittles out of a hat.
I thought it was hysterical.
Oh.
He
That
hated
was,
it.
That was dumb.
It was so funny. I was screaming at the TV because Zach was like, Skittles.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, yes.
I'm surprised
Fine.
that
Nobody had the balls to step up, and Caleb was like, "I've done it 3 times."
I'm surprised that after
true.
they did Skittles, nobody then backed out on
Or
it.
changed the votes when they
thought
actually
after
nominated them.
Yeah, I thought after they pulled the Skittles, somebody was going to be like, you know what, this is bullcrap. Like, I'm not going up there because of my Skittle. But everybody was just like, yep, all right, my Skittle was called. Yeah, I'm going to just
that's
do
it.
it now.
Just chill. All right.
Yeah. I mean,
Something
I
smells
wouldn't have agreed to it in the
delicious, by the way.
first place. I wouldn't like to leave anything up to chance like that.
Huh.
But I don't think Zach going up then, like Frankie said, would have saved him later.
Right.
I mean, if
The
anything,
problem
if he
is-
would have gone up, then he could have
could have
competed in the
fought.
Battle of the Block.
Yeah.
And the veto.
Take
The
it down.
problem is like once someone suggests something like that, you almost can't say no. I
You
don't
can't
wanna
be the
do
one.
this.
You
Like,
don't wanna
there's-
be the guy
you're
to say
almost
that.
screwed
Yeah.
at that point once the suggestion's out and one person even says yes or thinks an inkling, and it sort of does completely take the pressure off the HOH winner because they're like, okay,
Yeah, nobody's
you all-
getting their hands
You
dirty.
all fight it yourself. It made
Right.
a very very clean break for everybody, but.
Props to the
I
producers,
would not
though.
want to do that either. No.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Leave
either.
my game to chance,
No
nor would I
way.
ever volunteer as a pawn ever.
Yeah,
No.
of course not. But
You
props
get-
to the
pawns go
producer
home.
for making the last 2 weeks competitions and on Battle of the Block where the people who were trying to throw it couldn't do it. Like that's awesome that they picked these games that
Yeah.
completely.
I hate it.
It's
I
hard
hate
when
the
you have
throwing
someone's,
competition.
Yeah.
you know, your game in someone else's hands. So they
Right.
kind of have to give you a fair shot in general to fight for yourself if someone were to throw it.
What are you doing, Caleb? If you're gonna throw the competition, man up and throw the competition. Don't just sit there. And
I think that benefited.
that was for his
somebody
game.
being
That was for
one.
Caleb's game.
Well,
That's why
I
he
mean,
did
Caleb's
that.
game maybe, but like Frankie being by himself on that one battle of the block was just.
You can't even be mad at it.
It's a little bit
Yeah.
more beneficial, I
Yeah.
think, to work.
Do
the
what
chains
Frankie
with
should have
one
done.
person.
Really?
I don't
So
know
I
if you
think
guys,
if Caleb was gonna throw it, he just.
Yeah, go pull the chain.
I don't know if you guys talked about this because this was the previous week, whatever, with this competition we're talking about. But Frankie should have looked at him and said, "Do you know what? You're also not in the new alliance." Like he could have just
called him out.
It's like there's no such thing as the bomb squad anymore. Hate to fucking break it to you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, my language.
And he thinks he's in
Right, but
this alliance. And
I don't
he's
know why
running
Frankie
it.
did. He's backed into a corner. We don't need to hear about Ariana Grande, but like say. Because Caleb would have been like, "Is that true?" And then he would have helped him, right? I feel like you
Yeah.
could
I
have
don't think
twisted
so
it right
at that
there.
point. I think Caleb would have been like, I don't believe a word you're saying.
Caleb's
Amber,
just-
Amber, Amber.
No,
like
but he
that
is
He's
such a
stubborn.
crazy person. He would have went up to them and they would have been like, I don't know. I feel like they would have to.
What were you I just had to ask you, what were you thinking when your brother and Amber had that little bit of a spark for a second?
A little bit of a spark.
Yeah.
I thought to myself, please listen to me when I told you not to like hook up with anybody in the house.
Good
He
advice.
clearly
Good advice, bro.
hasn't listened at all.
And now Christine
Nope, now
as well.
Christine, yeah.
No, I told him to be flirty. I said
Yeah.
be flirty, but I
Yeah,
said
no, it's good
don't-
for his game,
I said
too, for
don't
sure.
I said don't kiss anybody.
You have to
Or-
talk
or
about Zingbot
Sex
and Christine.
is perfect,
Oh, we'll get
but
there.
Don't kiss
Yeah.
anybody.
Don't you worry about Christine and
Sex is fine.
Zingbot.
Oh, my Lord.
Skip the kissing. Just go straight to sex.
All right, anyway, so back to the HOH for this week and the nomination. So basically, Donnie and Christine are up against Cody and Caleb. Again, it's Cody's first time being on the block, so which is great. He's made it this far and hasn't been nominated once. It's been kind of hanging off the
Solid.
radar. So our own James Wallington and Keaton Markey actually got to go to the Big Brother house last week
So
and
incredible.
practice this competition with the producers.
Lucky duckies.
Apparently, when they did it in 6 minutes flat.
And they won.
And they won, and they made it harder because they did it so quickly with basically finding the bones in the black box.
Yeah.
Damn right.
So I feel like this though was an easy competition that you could throw. Like for Christine, it was so easy for her to be like, I can't find a bone because
Just be sitting there like this. Like,
she was and she handed
handing-
off bones to Caleb twice, and they were both the wrong
They
ones.
just had a
I feel like she
really,
actually hurt the other side.
Yeah, it was
because
worse.
She kept
Yeah.
giving them the wrong stuff, and they were trying to, you know, figure it out.
They just had a really not great strategy of sticking together. It
Nope.
wasn't the right move. And unfortunately, they thought it would be, and it wasn't, and they lost because of that strategy, in my
Right.
opinion.
it's just like one person searching the
Yeah,
entire room instead of
exactly.
two.
right.
Well,
You know?
you have to
But,
fear the beard. So, and my
Fear the
favorite
beard.
my favorite hashtag
Donnie's
this week was
boss.
actually Zariana. When
Yes.
when they had the Ariana Grande photos in the HOH room, and Zach's like, "Oh, your sister?" Like, what?
Yes. He was like, goodbye, Zanky.
Yeah.
So long, Zanky.
Zanky,
Hello,
get the
Zariana.
sister.
It was scarier though when we had Caleb looking at her picture and he was like, "Call me." I was like, "Oh no, I would
Caleb is
not want him to be
creepy.
upset." Yeah, I think
Stalker.
He seems like a good dude, so I'll give him that. But
He's intense.
he does this thing with his eyes, and I'm like, "Ooh, little
Yeah.
serial killer eyes." there.
Ryan, are you guys gonna go camping in the woods?
He invited me to go pig hunting with him when he gets out of the house, and yes, I'm going. Have you not seen this man walking around in onesies? I am there
Yeah,
with an
that's true.
axe.
I
I'm
would
ready
go
to
kill
go.
him.
With an
This
axe.
is my
Literally.
main guy, though.
All right, so they did a whole little thing this week about Cody and Christine's relationship, and I love the comment that they make that Cody would flirt with anything with a pulse. That was a great comment this week that somebody made.
True.
Yeah, Cody flirts with everybody.
I mean, and that's good for his social game because he is playing a great social game.
Again, there is nothing to do. what are you gonna do?
Might
Of
as
course.
well flirt.
Flirt
Why
it off.
not?
Right.
I don't even blame Christine for that. Honestly, if her husband's the kind of guy who watches this and gets pissed about it, then it doesn't seem
Oh,
like he'd
he
be the right
is.
dude.
Oh, he's pissed.
He's furious.
He is
Really?
pissed.
Seriously?
He is on. You got to follow him on Twitter. I'll tell you what the hashtag or what it is after because I don't remember. What is it? You know what it is.
What is his?
Yeah.
What is his name? Tim stinks.
Tim stinks,
Yeah,
and
Pat
people
Tim
are
stinks.
just like getting crazy. He says he's having a conversation with Cody at the finale last night after the Zingbot thing.
No,
he's,
no, he won't, because I'll be there.
I know we'll be there too.
Big bro.
He wrote.
What?
He wrote. What did he say?
I'm
Oh, he says,
sorry.
"Please pray for Christine and I." Like it is a very dramatic
Oh,
read.
come on.
Well, it's like-
But do you think
It's
he's
a
hyping it up
game.
for the
No.
game?
I think that the fans, and sometimes even the people that aren't fans that are just watching for no reason, they forget that it's people's lives.
Yeah.
And like,
Right.
how dare you attack that man?
Right.
And
Who's going through
and
a lot,
even his
probably.
wife. And like the same thing where if people were attacking Brittany, like her children, or can see that stuff, and I think that's
it gets in your head. I mean, if you
terrible.
get tweet after tweet from strangers saying like, "What is your wife doing?" After a while, you're like, "Well, maybe she isn't." And like,
That's true.
And it just
Yeah.
It makes you
reinforces
doubt.
on the show now too, because now the show has made this part of their routine.
Yeah.
So now it's like sort of enforcing.
I
Like,
just feel
everything.
bad because it's so harmless. You know,
is.
in my opinion, from watching, I'm not there, but it just looks so incredibly harmless that I wish that people weren't tweeting that at him.
It's true, and I know Cody, so I do know that it is very harmless, especially with a married woman. Like he lays on everybody like that. Like
Right.
it's not even like
It's like a
flirting.
brother-sister
it's like
kind of
yeah,
thing.
it's like
They're friends.
Nicole was like a sister. So that like cuddling when everybody was like, oh, Nicody, I was like, no, he looks at her like a sister. Like Christine, like obviously he doesn't have like his mom. Like he still lives at home. He still cuddles with like my mom when they watch shows and everything. Christine is like that. I mean, we're just a very close family. We cuddle.
Right.
We hug
Your
each other.
father
we
makes
hug each
out
other.
with him on the first episode.
Yeah,
you guys are
stick
close.
we stick our fingers up our dad's butt, like just
Yeah.
mess with him.
This is a family I need to be a
Surprise
part of.
dinner.
You know,
Can't wait till we get
card
married.
swipes, credit cards, everything.
Nice.
All night long.
But like, yeah, we're very close. So anything that Cody's doing on there, like when it comes to cuddling with guys, cuddling with girls,
Because they've never had a
it's
conversation
harmless.
like, "Hey, I really like you," or tried to kiss. It's all just
yeah,
like,
it's just
Yeah.
them
It's
hanging out.
harmless.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
harmless.
Yeah.
I think it is harmless too.
And she even gave her a little direct to camera. She was like, "If you're watching this, husband, I'm
It is a
sorry."
game.
It's a
Yeah.
game.
she
It
said
is.
that.
It's
Well,
a
she
game.
was clearly they didn't show
Strategy.
it, but she was really, really upset after Zingbot and like
Yeah.
had like a breakdown.
Really?
She did, and everyone was like,
And she asked them not to show it.
yeah, and she even like went up
I'm
to.
surprised they did.
She
Listen.
talked to the producers, to the cameras. She's like apologized to her husband, and like it was
That's
very
so
dramatic.
sad.
I
It was
know.
very sad.
Let's talk about something that's more fun, like Donnie.
I'm just
trying
stop
to
getting
segue.
That's what a
We're
great
getting
host
depressed.
does.
Let's segue
Brings
to
us out of
something
the
better.
day.
Let's bring it
You
back
should
to.
let's
grow
talk
the
to
Donnie
Donnie.
beard out before the like in the next.
We
5
should all
weeks.
wear beards.
I don't think that I have that
I
much
feel like it
time.
wouldn't be a good
could
look
put
on
some
me.
I think that
You
everybody
have
should
to
do
do
a
it, though.
beard for November.
Fear the
Donnie's
beard, yeah.
beard.
I don't think
Donnie's
I have to.
Yep.
No.
Beards.
So
for all
Donnie's
of
safe
us.
this week after he won the competition. I really was hoping that he was gonna say something to Christine because he clearly knew that she threw the competition,
Right.
and nothing was brought up after the very beginning of Wednesday's episode. Just like I know she did it, and then Christine is like, I know Donnie knows that I did it,
And then nothing.
and then nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
He's not a confrontational kind of guy, obviously. He's not going to bring it up. I was actually shocked that Julie Chen brought it up.
Yeah.
She knows that she threw it, so she's asking her a question that she already knows the answer to, which that she normally doesn't do, which I thought
Oh, she was trying to see
interesting.
what she'd answer. Yeah,
Yeah.
It was
But they don't
dark and-
normally put them on the spot like that with that.
Well, because
Giving
I
up
think the
their
reason
game.
she did it is because they showed clips from the actual
Right.
the show when they were in there and there were the green cameras, so you could see what everything was going
She should
on.
have said, "Why did you suck so bad?" Basically.
Yeah.
Why did you suck? All right, so the Team America stuff is going on again this week, and they hide all kinds of fun stuff. I actually thought it was kind of entertaining, like how
That was
excited
so
everyone.
entertaining.
I agree.
I concur. We're all on the same team now.
Awesome, Team America.
Team America.
All right,
That's it.
so what do you
Next
think about Derek and his new sort of semi-alliance with Victoria?
Ooh, of course.
Just I don't like anybody being aligned with Victoria. It's not that it's not smart. I need her gone. You can't just be the floater.
That's how you win.
That's how you
bring
win.
a floater to the end.
I
God,
know.
I'm a poet now.
I didn't even know it.
Yeah,
She's a free vote.
Yep.
She's on your team because obviously she's not useful to anyone else, so she's an asset.
anyone in that house you put up next to her, and that's who's going home with the money.
That's
Yeah.
true. But I
And
should
Andy
like
did the
her.
same thing, didn't he? With Gina Marie?
yeah, it was Gina Marie and Andy.
And then
Rachel
she
and
like
Portia.
she'll
Sorry,
I've seen her
Portia.
if you watch when they're actually doing the votes for the eviction, she'll ask whoever she passes in the hallway, who'd you vote for? Like she doesn't even know who to vote for herself until they're telling her as I saw her do it to Derek a couple weeks ago. Like we're doing this right?
And he's like, yeah.
And he's like, yeah, and then she went in and immediately did the same vote as Derek.
Yeah.
Her zing was awesome though.
with the
Really
hat.
good.
Yeah.
No, not with the hat, with the
no,
Zingbot.
the Zingbot.
Basically saying that she was.
She's not even in the game.
Like,
Yeah.
I would zing you, but
But
you
I
can't
can't.
zing someone
You're
who's
like-
not playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
She's crazy.
What did you? So Zingbot returned this week, which was awesome. What did you think of the whole Zingbot thing with him being given the props out at
Props.
first? Donnie,
Well,
props.
It was a
Let-
setup for the challenge.
I know.
Well, let's just talk about Kathy Griffin. I mean,
Oh.
that was amazing.
Oh,
Incredible.
my gosh.
Kathy
He was
Griffin.
thinking that Cody didn't even know who she was because.
Well, they said it too.
Yeah, he.
Emmy award-winning Kathy Griffin.
Yeah, but they
Yeah.
were just like have no idea. Of course, Frankie screams. It's
It
like,
runs in
Yeah,
her
gay
drag.
boy.
Yeah. But when she zinged
I want it for
Zach,
gays.
Zach, that was the
and
best.
she walked up
And
to
she
the
got up in his
table and
face.
she was like, "Zing, mother." F-word. That was
I love her.
awesome.
And then Zach
awesome.
lost. He was trying so hard not to laugh, but like be offended at the same
He's
time.
kind of crazy with his emotions too. Like he just like snaps.
Switches.
Like
Yeah.
even when he found out about the hat and
The
she
hat.
went like this, it's the same
like-
thing. He just
I
Well,
think
you know-
that's
down.
not on purpose. I think it's something he's like, oh, this would be funny if I tried to look really serious right now. Because
I
there's
don't
no way he just. That's creepy if that's just
I think
what he
he's
does.
just not that smart. I think he's just creepy.
I don't know. I think he's smart. I thought that her coming in and this whole twist was really interesting. We've seen so many Zingbot years, and they're great. We love when Zingbot comes, but Kathy, are you kidding? Like, she's amazing. Kathy's everything. Like, why
the
wouldn't
ultimate
why
It's
would
singer.
you
awesome
talk
she was
about her?
singing first. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
it's
great.
incredible. Who would not like that twist? It was
She's
awesome.
amazing.
What's better than the Frankie J. Grande zing, though? The
was
best
awesome.
About
zing
why he's so
ever.
tan.
He's not tan. Or yeah, why he could be tan.
I can't
Hiding in
own
her
your tan,
sister's
kid.
shadow.
I love it. It was amazing.
That was unbelievable.
But he
so
doesn't
good.
like pink and cuddle with men.
Oh, that was good with Zach too. That insult.
All right,
was
so
a good one.
that set up our challenge this week with the electrical patterns. We basically had to wire the things to make the lights go on. I did like the beast mode electrician coming out, which is surprising that it did so well. Victoria did terrible as always.
Oh, it was just so pathetic. And Kathy was making so much fun of her. She just kept saying, "And can't get one light bulb." Nope,
Yeah,
not
just
a
ripping on
single
her.
light.
Not
Like,
one light.
tearing her apart.
She's so terrible.
So Donnie
I was
basically
shocked that Cody
She'll
did
win
so
the
bad
final
in that
HOH
competition.
watch.
Watch,
Yeah.
and she makes the decision of who's going home.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And she
yeah.
picked,
that'd be
And
terrible.
she'll
Wait.
pick wrong. Who am I sending home? Literally.
And then it'll be like on Survivor where Wu picks the wrong person and loses the money.
Dumbass.
Bless him.
Well, there's not a single person she could pick that it would
That she'd win.
would work out. So it doesn't. It's kind of null and void.
Yeah.
All right. So Donnie was pretty close to coming up with the win. He's been beasting out in challenges lately.
Oh yeah.
They
good.
were talking about online how many he's won.
He comes in the clutch.
Yeah.
Right.
has.
And I like this week too. It just shows how aware he is of things around him. Where he's in Zach's ear, talking about you could be going home this week. You should try to win this. You should be
Yeah.
aware that people are talking about. I mean, I haven't heard this, but that's what I would do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's-
That's why I think Cody should get Donnie out, because Donnie also knows what's going on. And
I
he
think
was
Donnie and
listening to
Nicole
Christine.
are both the most aware of what's going on around them and like the shifts in the moods of the house.
They're like
Right.
students of the game.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
watch
They're both super
every
fans.
season.
Yeah, that's what happens when you study. You know, they've literally been, as you said, students of the game. It's
They're from a
gives them an
town of
up.
2 people. All they do is watch Big Brother in the live feeds. It's like college.
Fair
Moving on.
enough. Okay.
Don't
right.
hate me, Midwest people. I love
That's
the
all right.
Midwest. I'm very big in Kansas.
Kansas isn't really Midwest, but that's okay.
Everything.
All right, so
It's a little
Frankie
bit.
Frankie wins the veto this week, and he decides to use it. He saves Caleb like he said he would. Puts Zach up on the block.
And was a big asshole about it.
He was kind of an asshole about it.
Yeah. Were you guys surprised they didn't put Victoria up, or you felt like he was going to put the BFF?
I thought that was going to happen. I mean, he was saying he was going to do it, but you could tell that even if he was going to put Victoria up, Derek was going to be in his ear about it.
I mean, they were going that way, and then everything just switched all of a sudden. It was just all of a sudden, now let's put up Zach. It's a good move this week. Let's
Right.
get him out.
I really
I don't
felt
know
like
what the lead-in was to it, but
Me
like
the
neither.
neighborhood
yeah.
watch. I think that's
I
what
think
it was.
that swayed the decision, yeah, because they were
I don't
blaming
thi-
him. And
I was reading the live feeds, and the fans were mad because they were like, "That's not the reason Zach went up. That's that whole thing."
Huh.
They're like, "That's not the reason." But I
Right.
wonder
well,
what.
then I
is the
eat my
reason.
words.
But maybe that's
don't
just
know.
the mad fan. Who knows? But that's what I was reading.
I'm not sure.
Well, the way they edited it, you could definitely see that that was part of the reason that he was put up. But I think too that they're so worried about his game because he's so unpredictable. And like I said, he could win because of that unpredictability, because you don't really know
Right.
if you're safe with him or not. Even if he says you're safe, he would be willing to put somebody up and backdoor them or
Right.
vote them out, even if they're in alliance together.
Yeah, you couldn't help but feel bad for him this episode, though. I mean, every single direct to camera he
awful.
had, his eyes looked like so bloodshot, like he'd been up, crying, whatever it is. The last time we saw him look like that was when he found out that Frankie was giving the money to charity, and he was like, "How
Yeah.
do I win against
Yeah,
this?"
how-
Like totally lost it. He looked like he was about to jump. Honestly, I felt really bad
No.
for him.
Bless him.
Yeah.
Well, I did like at least
Felt
too,
bad for Zach.
you know, and we've seen very little of this though in the Thursday episode, where someone who's up on the block and is going home is fighting to stay. They're trying to make deals at the last minute, and they haven't had that very much this season with the people that are getting voted out.
It's like
There's been a lot of
submit.
people accepting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just they've kind of submitted and given up and known that they're pretty much going home. I mean, really, other than Joey, and she was in the first week she got dressed
Yeah.
up as a boy and
Alex
did that
or
whole
something?
thing. Yeah,
Tried it.
That was
she at least
weird.
tried it. So at least
was very
I,
strange.
I like to see, even if they're going home or not, that at least they're trying, because you never know. Especially if there's nothing going on in the house, people are bored, and every 2 hours the mood changes because somebody does something that pisses you off, and it's easy that you could sway 3 people's opinions to vote for you.
But a lot of times, the people who end up staying are the people who don't try. They just hang out all week. They're really cool. They cook for everybody. People start to like them. And the last second, everybody's like, all right,
You know what?
keep
Let's keep them.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I don't think there's a formula. Like that
Yeah.
happens sometimes, and it happens when they, rally behind themselves too. But I think at one point they just like, hey, there's nothing I could do at this point.
Yeah.
Because Zach did try to rally everybody multiple times, but they only can show so much in 43 minutes.
And other guests that we've had on before have also said that usually you kind of know. Like there's a sense about the house that
Well, Zach clearly knew
Oh,
tonight.
Yes.
You
Julie,
stop
I'll see
talking
you
to
soon.
you. They treat you a little bit
Exactly.
differently. Yeah.
He had everything planned for
I
his
did.
exit.
I love his
Fruit
speeches though,
Loops.
so I was so glad that he was up there and
was
like
amazing.
got to give a little rhyming speech and follow him on Instagram and Twitter.
Right. Fruit Loops.
And
the
he
whole
threw the
thing.
Fruit Loops at everybody.
He did.
Love it.
the
And then of
most.
course Frankie got under it with his mouth wide open.
Just ready for it.
I know.
Ready for it.
He's ready
Too
for it.
much. I
Always.
can't.
All right, so the twists are changing this week, as we found out.
Thank God.
So there's only one HOH this week, which we don't know who that is. I mean, we know who it is, but they haven't shown the competition yet. So we won't tell you unless you
Spoiler
want us
alert.
to. Spoiler alert. And also, they did the competition this week that was the boxing style challenge to basically the comeback fight. Who's getting brought back in between Hayden, Jocasta, Nicole, and Zach?
I really don't like the competition they picked for this.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was like
so up to chance.
It
I
was
wanted it to
chance.
be
was
an
chance,
endurance
right.
Right.
competition.
CBS, can we please
Yeah.
get an endurance
They haven't had
competition?
it.
What
Seriously,
is going on?
this would be okay for an HOH, I guess, but the fact that they're fighting to come back, you want to see people stand on a little square of something for 6 hours.
Right, getting
Right.
squirted with whipped
Yeah,
cream.
I thought that was such
It
a
was
cop
weak.
out. It was crap,
It was
It was literally not chance, but you're pushing this thing in. Anybody could have won. It could have been Jocasta.
And she almost did, too.
I don't mean that meanly. Jocasta seems like a really nice
But we don't
woman,
want
but
her
she
back.
doesn't mix anything up in the house. Like, we wanted to see somebody outlast everybody else.
Right.
And that didn't happen. It was over.
That
in 2
wasn't
seconds.
fighting for anything.
Yeah,
it
it
was
was
like,
over.
let me just
rough.
try and slam
Even when
everything
they were
down.
doing the competition in my mind, I was, putting on my host hat like I wear, and I was like, this has to be very hard to commentate on because I was trying to figure out whose color was what. We're
Right.
trying to figure out, and she was even having trouble with it.
Yeah,
like,
there
she
was
was
a-
like
there was a
dead
second.
air for a long time.
Dead air. I was like, Julie, say something.
She didn't
girl.
know what to
like,
say. She was just like,
friend.
I don't even know what's going on here.
And they were getting official counts, and then you heard Frankie, Nicole, you won. Like before Julie said anything for the
Yeah.
longest time.
I mean, it was.
And I was sitting like, obviously Nicole won.
like this. 1, 2. I'm like, who's yellow? It was just. I
Well,
wasn't
they
a
put
fan.
their names on little papers right around the center
saw
ring
that.
with the colors, but you still had to look at each one every time and figure out who was who, and then count them and see who was the closest.
It was a really bad choice.
Because
Just a
Especially
really
because
bad
Donnie
choice.
wasn't even in it, and I know that his ankle's been bothering him, so they've been like staying away from endurance stuff.
Yeah, but
because
he
of
wasn't
that.
part. It's
Which I
interesting.
think they do need to get back to endurance competitions.
Something.
They've been doing a
Put
lot.
them on a
of,
ledge,
Yes.
swing them around.
Yeah, there's
something.
Make them hold
Yeah.
on to something.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Even that first thing we saw
Kill
where they're
them.
on the rollers and they
Yeah.
have to walk, something like that.
Yeah, that was
Anything.
cool.
There were so many different things, but to do something like this, I just thought that it wasn't the player that wanted to get back in the most.
right, they didn't have the drive to stay. It was just
Right.
kind of luck.
I would have felt
Of-
cheated.
I was gonna say, but all of them, Zach being my first one, Nicole's who I'd want to go in second. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
at
no,
least
same.
it's her.
Same.
Me too.
I think
wanted to
both of
see
them
Hayden
would
come
go
back
in
in.
and like.
I liked Hayden.
He's a cool dude.
I mean, he doesn't mix anything up.
He can bike me around. That's about all.
That's always good for
I
him.
thought he'd be gone week 2. Also, the surfer guy. Look at David last year.
Yeah.
But he was a little smarter than the rest of the surfer guys we've seen, I think.
A pinch. He was just lucky. I
So
didn't
what
see him do anything.
What'd you think about the kiss this
Except
week?
for.
I know you're a sucker
I
for
do
kisses.
like the showmance.
Oh man, I just love. We're not getting any action on air this year, and I needed
Nicole
that
and
kiss.
Hayden's kiss.
I
It's
needed
It's kind
that
of like
kiss.
Barbie
It
and
was
Ken
so
a little
cute.
A
bit.
little bit.
Yeah, you totally screwed me with the advice that you gave to your brother, and now we're not seeing any
I'm
action.
sorry, he would have had orgies.
Do you love The Bachelor
threesomes,
too, I'm
and
assuming?
everything.
Oh my god! And
Says the
Bachelor in
girl who loves
Paradise.
The Bachelor.
I love. Well, I watch like everything, but honestly, we're getting nothing. We're getting no romance.
The
so
Bachelor though, really? You watch it?
I can't
Bachelor in
help it.
Paradise,
I
I
can't help
can't.
myself.
Bachelor in
Bac-
Paradise
You
is
probably
a lot.
like Bachelor Pad because that's
All right,
madness.
let's bring it back.
All right, back to.
But
Bring
I
it
love
back
Big
to the
Brother the
showmance.
most, and I love the showmances. So that even the fact that we got it in the jury house, I was happy. I'm
very
happy to see
cute.
the kiss.
I was actually hoping for a little bit more with the jury house. I felt like there was probably more
Yeah, there's
going
no
on.
tongue.
Oh,
Like
there's
an
sure
ass
is.
grab or something.
Yeah.
Or like,
Anything.
where are they sleeping in the same bed? We want to know
Yeah,
what's happening.
like they didn't show much in the
Cameras
jury
there.
house. There's lots of cameras there, so
Yeah, they can't pay for camera guys to stay there all night. What are you, crazy?
I know, but we could do some live feeds in there,
yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Oh no.
Yeah, have one camera on the live feeds.
This is what I hear you have to do when you're on a reality show. You have to run into a room and get naked as fast as you can because they can't tape you when you're in there. So if you want to hook up with somebody, that's the move.
Wait, say that again. They don't do what?
They can't tape you if you're naked. So you have to run into a room and get naked.
They just blur you though, right?
No, I don't know.
They get everything on those live feeds.
Yeah, the live feeds, they get
Live
everything.
feed gets
Trust
everything.
me.
Just done that here.
There's been some
Trust me.
crotch shots online for sure.
So I just
There
gave you guys
has.
some really bad advice if you're ever going on.
Hey, listen. So everyone
Don't
in Big Brother
listen to
house,
her.
Don't
run
listen.
in and get naked because we all want to see it.
Yes, clearly
You
she
will be
She
online.
would go far on the
That
show.
would actually be my strategy. I would just be naked the entire
All the
time.
Why don't you
time.
take your Why don't you take your shirt
Amazing.
off for the viewers at home now and sit here with no shirt?
They have shows like that now, like Naked and
I'm
Afraid, where they do
serious.
the reality stuff.
Yeah,
and-
what is that? Aren't you supposed to
Don't you want his
model or
shirt?
Probably
something?
let's-
I mean, if
We
you want
gotta-
to take your
if I
shirt
was
off,
an
it's
underwear
fine.
model,
We got to
I'd do my
compare so
underwear.
everyone watches.
Let's take a vote.
Let's just take it off.
Are we taking a vote?
Okay,
Cody-
let's put it to a vote.
Shirt off.
Shirt off.
Is that it? We'll do Zach.
Here, I'll
There's
hold
a
your-
gator.
I'll hold your things for you.
It's getting real in here.
Everybody
So
else
we
is
have
so happy.
get the camera on this.
Oh my god.
Holy
Yeah.
crap.
Perfect.
Hey, viewers at
I can't
home,
even look
if
at
you're
her.
watching, now's the time to go to
my
iTunes
my
and rate our
God.
show, comment on our show. Who's got the better body?
like, let me lay
Polly
back.
or Cody?
Wait, it just got really steamy. in
Oh,
here.
is everyone else sweating in here, or is it just us?
Oh my god.
And now it's a show.
I'm very happy.
And now it's a
That's
show.
a show,
The
man.
pointed toe and
This is our
everything.
own Zanky.
Oh snap!
And he's got the tan lady.
The tattoos on the ribs and the
I'm
necklace.
feeling like a lucky girl in here.
Man, I'm glad you showed up to
People
the
at
college.
home that are just listening, you've got to go on YouTube and
Oh yeah.
You have
write
to
in the
see
comments
this.
of whose body you like more,
Is it Cody or Polly? Who do you vote for?
or would you rather have both at the same time?
Or both? after the show is done, there you go.
Dying over there.
All right.
You're dying.
Do you run in the new room and strip naked? Which
So,
one can come in
I'm never gonna get invited
Naked
back here
skating.
again.
You're never
skating.
This is the reason we made you leave in the first place, right?
Exactly.
Thanks for coming back.
Yeah.
All right, so do we want to talk about who is HOH this week?
Yes, sure.
Do we-
Spoiler
So
alert.
spoiler alerts. If you're watching
Spoiler.
at home, now's the time to mute your volume or whatever you're doing.
So that we don't get a million comments like, why did you guys say that to us? We are about to say who won HOH. I'm just going to say it very clearly.
Cannot
again.
be more clear about this.
Listen,
It is
Only
being
because of
said.
circumstances.
Yes, I can't believe Joey won. Oh, sorry.
Joey won HOH.
Victoria.
Polly, would you like to let us know who won the HOH this week?
Cody won HOH this week.
Yes.
Oh, boy, Cody.
All right. So
Let's get-
now
Are
that
you so
Cody,
proud?
Let's get
Proud,
it.
bro.
Turn up.
now that he won HOH this week, who would you like to see him put up?
Ooh, that's tough.
No, it's not.
It's not
very
tough.
easy.
I would very much like to see him put up either Donnie and Frankie together, or Nicole and Frankie, Donnie and Nicole. Like, I think that would happen. That should happen. And I think with the hopes of sending Frankie or Donnie home.
Why do you say it's so easy? Because you know the
Because
answer?
the decision is easy to
What's
put
the
in.
decision?
I would say Double D, Donnie and Derek. Donnie.
Yes,
You
Donnie
think
and
you should turn
Derek.
on Derek already?
You
Oh.
have
You have to get him out now.
You really, really have to do
You
it
think
now.
now? You
Yeah, I
think
think
you
Yeah.
have to
No.
do that time to get him
I
out?
He
think
has
I don't
way
know.
too much pool in that house. Like, he
has
needs to go.
He
If
needs to
you're-
get him out of the closet, not like
would vote
that
him
way,
out,
but
though?
out of like tell him what is going on. Form another alliance with someone else. He's got to make some big moves and make some deals with people now, because they could make a deal with somebody. Say, listen, you have to keep me safe this week and everything else, because these alliances have been falling apart left and right. You cannot go on any farther with Derek.
So do you think with the Derek thing, he's not very good at competitions, as we've seen. Do you vote him out, like you put him up, or do you backdoor him?
backdoor for sure?
I think so too with Derek.
You
'cause-
can't put him up. Oh my
can't put him
God,
up.
that would be
I think
hell.
I think Donnie needs to go to Cody and be like, bro, like Derek is running this house. Like, try to at least try to put it in
but
his
will
ear.
Cody listen, because he's very loyal to
tell us.
Derek.
he's very
your
loyal,
brother.
and that's again, that's what we were saying
That's
earlier.
what I'm saying. He's very loyal.
Yeah.
That
Like,
and the problem that Victoria, so say if you pull her side, like she has proven time and time again that she starts crying and tells everybody you can't tell her anything. Like if you said, hey, Derek is really like just using you, she would go up to him in 2 seconds. So like you're kind of
true.
screwed with her
Well,
and her vote.
You lost the trust with her before,
And you got
'cause-
Frankie
and
and
she got it
Donnie
back
are in Team
with her and
America,
Derek.
so you can't talk to them.
But Derek is like her person. I just don't see. I don't know. I don't see that happening.
Well, she wasn't gonna go to Derek when Zach told her everything.
Yeah, all the
But she
information.
did.
No. Derek called out Zach in front of everybody, and Victoria's like, "I wasn't gonna tell you."
Yeah.
She 100. Maybe she didn't, but she 100% was. She
Really?
would have went up to him.
Yeah, it was
And
probably
eventually-
5 minutes later.
she's
she didn't have
also
time.
one of these people who wears her emotions like everywhere. Like she would just walk through the house moping and until someone asks, "Are you putting your arm around me?"
It's
Oh,
been
it's-
around you the whole
But
time.
it was getting
Yeah, it is.
closer to me. Okay.
All
Why,
right,
is it hard to talk all of a sudden
It's
now?
very
Getting warm in
distracting. What
here
are we
again?
talking about?
we're talking about Big Brother.
What do you guys
All
think
right.
about putting up Christine? Nobody said her name at all.
She's
I mean,
Not a threat.
If,
No.
if I were,
Well,
if
you know
I were
what?
Cody,
Hold
I
on,
would
before we
keep
go any
Christine a
further,
little
we
bit.
need to do some AfterBuzz TV predictions since we're doing it anyway.
Okay.
Doing it
do?
live.
There it is.
Oh my god, it's late.
I know.
What time is it? It's like the at midnight
Don't
show.
get me home.
The After Dark.
After
Jesus.
dark.
Damn
The
right
bar's
it
gonna
All
be
right.
closed by the time we leave.
Francisco, give me some predictions for next week.
I think that Nicole and Donnie's definitely going up on the block. That's going to be Cody's move this week. And yeah, I think.
Do you think that's a cowardly move?
I think it's a smart move for his game, for either one of them to go home because I think they're going to come after him.
I don't think he puts up both of them because I think he's going to try to backdoor one of them. I don't think he puts up Derek either, though. So probably.
I don't see him going against
No,
Derek at all.
Derek's not going to go,
Right.
but it's his smartest move.
I think he puts up Nicole, leaves Donnie off the block because I think that Derek probably says like, "Oh, you should leave Donnie off the block," and he's like, "Okay."
I think
he's got 3 people.
Yeah,
And I think it's fine
Frankie's-
if any of them come. If he puts the 2 up and one of them happens to come down, the other one goes. I think it would be so stupid if he uses somebody as a pawn.
I just don't see
this-
Derek. I don't see him putting up Victoria on the block because it's Derek's girl. I don't see him putting up Frankie on the block because it would be mixing
Against
it
the
up.
lines.
So I think Nicole and Donnie are going up first.
It's easy.
This is not my prediction, although this is what he should do. The most vulnerable person in the house right now is Nicole because every time that someone comes back in the house, they're gone the next week. Judd was
Always.
gone last season. I forget who
I
the one was
love
before.
Judd.
I know. J-U-D-D, right?
Yeah.
And he should align with Nicole right now. He just won HOH. She will do whatever she wants
Yep,
to
she needs
stay in the
votes.
house. She literally wants. She's not in any alliance right now. She's gone. Donnie, I don't know. You got to make some moves, sir. That's what I want to see.
We'll
Cody,
see.
we want some big moves.
Yes,
We're
sir.
gonna send you
Want
good
some- want
vibes.
some
We're gonna
moves, good
wave
vibes.
by the
I'm
Big
gonna-
Brother house
I'm
on the
gonna
way
stream,
home.
Yeah, over the.
We'll be praying for you, sir.
Yes, we'll have you on our thoughts. All right, you guys, that's our show. Thanks for tuning in. That's it. That's
No
it.
commercials on the show?
There's no commercials.
There's no plugs?
There's
No
no.
nothing?
No, hold on. That's our show. Start the music. That's where I was going with it because I want to find out
Start
right
the
Oh,
now.
our outro music.
There's our music. Hey,
Okay.
Ryan Allen Korea, where can the fans find out more about you?
They can find me on bitesizedtv.com, and our show's called Reality Relapse. We also have a show called The Misadventures of Rachel and Ryan. Rachel being Rachel Riley. It's a reality show that we do online as well too. And yeah, check us out. Our show's called Reality Relapse.
And your
Official.
Twitter?
My Twitter, Ryan A. Korea, people. 2 R's, 2 L's.
As always.
Tweet me.
Hey, Paulie
Snapchat,
Calafiore,
too.
where can the friends find you?
Damn.
You can find me on Twitter at PaulieC116, and you can find me on Instagram at PR_Calafiore.
They should both be the same. It would be easier for people.
I mean, you can't.
Nope,
can't
he's
switch
gotta mix it
Twitter.
up.
Once Twitter
Once it's in.
is in, like you can't change your username. It
well,
sucks.
then change your Instagram.
I know. Hey, Roxy Striar, where can the fans find out more about you?
You guys can find me everywhere at Roxy Striar.
Easy.
Francisco Thurston?
Twitter, the
She's
Francisco, and Instagram, Francisco Thurston.
Easy peasy, 1, 2, 3 easy, right? And as always, you can find me at Ryan Hooks92 on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat.
Ryan Squared.
Ryan
Snapchat.
Squared.
Hashtag.
That's all on Snapchat. Shout out to Britt Reynolds from Snapchat.
Let's have some drinks, people.
Let's go get
Big
crazy.
Brother.
Big Brother. We'll see you guys
Yes.
next week.
Turn down
You're
for
welcome
what?
for making
not
Paul
turning
take his
down
shirt
at
off.
Yes, you are welcome.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
Reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.